Here in the Nut and Fancy project, actually everywhere in FaceTube, as I call it, a view is a vote. It has always been that way. So you watch things you're interested in. It's just the way it is. I usually know what my audience, TMP Knife Nation, will like. Sometimes, like I've said before, our tastes will differ, that I'll like something and you guys won't. And I think that was kind of the case with those CKF knives that I just reviewed not too long ago. Custom Knife Factory, high-end folding knives, made in China, assembled in Russia, something like that. Great blades, really good looking knives. I was astonished how little interest you guys had in those. Astonished. I couldn't believe it. Cool blades. But if I think about it, I think it's because they're very, very expensive. If you guys know the brand, I don't even know if you did. Pretty funny though. So after that, I was like, well, okay, they don't want high-end knives. They don't have any interest, maybe no money. They are expensive once again. But kind of semi-custom too. So in the world of semi-customs, not so much. But I went out looking for a couple other brands that maybe represent more value. And this is what I come up with. It is the Stedemon brand, if I'm saying that right. And this particular model is the DSG. DSG. Orange, satin, black wash. I call it backwash brown. G10. Good looking blades. Now, handling these knives, the DSG from Stedemon, Chinese produced blades, high quality, as we've seen lots and lots from China. They kind of remind me of the Hogue Elishewitz designed blades. A lot. The thickness of the blade, the shape of the blade, and especially this, the big old goofy duckbill clip. We'll start right there with the clip, which I hate. Yeah, these clips are bad. It would be easy enough to pop them off and then put my own clip on it, which, heck, I did it to this Endura, kind of like this. I just went out and bought a clip and drilled and tapped it myself. I'm doing that more and more on some knives. Yeah, I could do that with that, no big deal. But out of the box, you want your knife to be squared away. But Elishewitz designed, the Hogue knives have that too. And in that review, I told you how I actually took the clip off and I ground it and totally reprofiled it myself so it wouldn't be so dang goofy. There you go. Quickly, philosophy of use on these things would be EDC blade. I would not tacticalize them at all. I don't think they're appropriate for that role. They don't have any traction really, other than a nice finger choil here and a pretty protected grip like that. You could. I don't know if I would. EDC, maybe a high value collection of sorts. I'll leave POU at that. I'm ripping through these KRVs, by the way. The weight is unexciting to me at 5.4 ounces, but that gets back to the full flat ground blade. There's a lot of metal in the blade, and no stainless steel liner on this side, but this one is not skeletonized at all on the liner lock side, accounting for some of the weight. It feels good in hand. Nice balance, pretty fast. The steel is VG10 on this. There's no flats for a consistent angle sharpener. 3.6 inches in length. You're seeing the two finishes you can get on this drop point blade. I do like the blade style though. For EDC, maybe not so much. Like I've said, I prefer to have something narrower, something with a little bit more maneuverability. Flipper design, which means at least for deployment, lefties will like it, but this is a right-handed clip and it's not reversible. I do like the orientation tip up. Lefties probably won't like the knife though. Not so much. Lockup and strength, no flaws noted at all. Ball bearing pivot point in the Stedemon DSG. Kind of has a turban effect here, kind of a semi-custom feature. I'm seeing that a lot more on even production knives. They're just trying to change the visual interest of the knife. I get it. Textured Flintstone style G10 orange is excellent. I do like the brown in this particular knife a little bit better. And there's your extended lanyard connection surface right here on the spacer. Other than that, it's a flow-through design. Good traction on the G10 really. No jimping to speak of, no ramp to speak of. We talked about the choil already. It does come in various handle colors. Jade, as they often call it, natural G10 is a really nice color. And I'm going to show you another one from a company that is a subset of Stedman, and it's called Max Ace. Here it is. This is a Max Ace balance. I'm going to do a separate review on these. So there's the jade coloration. By the way, I'm more excited on this knife. Much more excited on it. That's a good looking color though. Ergonomics in overall, stars wise, I'd give it on camera, not horrible. I mean, there's no hot spots, nice rounding, but I'd give it maybe 3 stars on ergonomics. I would like to see jimping thumb ramp. That's just me. I'm kind of crazy that way. One thing they did get right is one, they chamfered the liner. There's your timing, by the way. So that's beveled right here, so it's no sharp edges, and the flipper tab is nice. So I've just reviewed, what was it, that ZT0452, and it had that very uncomfortable flipper tab. This one is rounded. It does have a little bit of traction on it, but I don't see it as being uncomfortable. Nice fast deployment on this, by the way. Clip I've talked about, not working. Durability should be good. I'm kind of moving away a little bit from VG10 steel because I'm trying to sharpen my knives less. VG10 you'll sharpen all the time, so I'm going with powder metallurgy steels or a composite steel like I showed you in that Endura Hat 40. Value is pretty excellent though, much better than those other ones I was talking about at the intro. $140 or so for the Stedemon DSG. Nothing fancy.